Everyone says it's getting harder to meet people these days, but that's not the real problem. The real problem is that everything feels temporary. Everything down to the way that we experience movies lacks permanence. It might be showing up in the way that we date, but it isn't a dating problem. It's much deeper than that. People aren't struggling to find the right person, they're struggling to find the right place. Because if your life is always in flux, your relationships become collateral damage. If there's nowhere for you to belong, where exactly is your relationship supposed to exist? Well, let's talk about it. It wasn't that long ago that life happened in one place. You were born someplace. School was nearby. Your world was small, but it was consistent. I used to walk the same route to school with the same friends and stopped at K Corner's corner store to buy £1 worth of penny sweets every Friday afternoon. Did you walk to school on your own? And if you did, let me know in the comments if you think that it helped shape your sense of community. Because for a lot of us, our lives played out within the same social radius. Before remote working and constant relocation, people in the UK were more likely to study near home, work near home, and consequently fall in love near home. And that created structure. You saw the same people in the same places over and over again. When I said to my friends, meet me at the library, we didn't have to ask which one. And over time, that led to our worlds starting to overlap. Your friend played football with my cousin and your brother was in my class at school. Everything felt connected. Sociologists call this having a dense social network, where the people in your life are also connected to each other. And because of the overlapping nature of the personal connections, dense social networks lead to stronger relationships, greater levels of collaboration, and higher resilience when problems arise. Because there's an unspoken understanding that we're not just passing through, but we're part of the same environment. Because our relationship was tied to others, that gave us a port to anchor at. But most people don't live like that anymore. And without that kind of structure, it becomes a lot harder to feel grounded. So instead, we float. The sense that nothing is really holding you in place has been so gradual it's felt invisible. More people left home for university and didn't return home. Others left home in search of new opportunities and to become different versions of themselves and left their old lives behind. The world opened up and we were able to experience the freedom of not being tied to a single place. But anytime you move, you don't just gain something, you disconnect from something too. Instead of overlapping connections, you get fragments. One friend in your current city, one friend who never left home, and some people that you message often but see rarely. I call this connection decay. Your life expands, but it stops overlapping. If nothing overlaps, then there's nothing to hold all the relationships in place. And so relationships become optional. And that can sound good until you realize what it actually means. It means if you don't show up, your relationship fades. If they don't show up, your relationship fades. And if that happens over time, the quality of your relationships thin out. So if this is sounding like your situation, here's something simple that you can try. Pick one person in your life and remove the options. Decide we're going to meet regularly. Pick a place, a time, and hang out. It doesn't have to be fancy. Just get into the habit of meeting. Repetition is the spine behind anything familiar. And a lot of people, especially men, aren't doing this. And this is where things shift in a deeper way. Because if you expect your life to change at any moment, you actually stop building as if you're going to stay. When things start to feel unstable, we adapt. If your new environment can't center you, you learn how to center yourself. Instead of building your life around a place or a community, you start building it around you. Your life becomes about optimizing yourself because it's the only thing you feel you can control. So now every decision runs through one lens. Is this the best option for me? And that includes relationships. So when you meet someone, you assess them. You are constantly thinking, is this the best option for me and my future? So let me ask you directly. When you meet someone you like, do you lean into it or do you start calculating about where they fit? Because there is a trade-off. When your life becomes a personal project, everything has to fit around your schedule, including your relationships. Instead of asking, can we build something together? You find yourself asking, does this person fit into the life that I'm building for myself? That is a completely different question, because one is about connection and the other is about convenience. And convenience is way easier to walk away from. So now, the way that you think about relationships starts to feel different, because if your whole life can change in a year, then every relationship you have carries that same instability. How can you commit when you don't even know if this version of your life will exist in a few years? This can unconsciously hold you back, because in the recesses of your mind, you're thinking, what if I outgrow this relationship? So instead of anchoring, you hover, not fully in, not fully out. All because the ambiguity feels safer than taking a loss. Because if you never commit, you can never fully lose. So you stay in something that almost works, instead of building something that actually holds. Relationship building is way deeper than who pays for the first date. So if you really want to make it work, you're gonna have to find So let's be honest, we're not going back. We're not returning to a world where everyone stays in one place. That version of life is gone. And holding on to it will only leave you frustrated. So the question isn't, how do we go back? It's, how do we build something that works now? Because belonging doesn't happen automatically anymore. It has to happen intentionally. You have to choose the places you wish to stay, who you want to invest in, and what you return to consistently. Not what feels great in the moment, but where can you build framework over time? Because occasional connections feel exciting, but consistent connections build solid foundations. So when you're looking for a relationship, don't just look for chemistry. Look for consistency, for someone who can exist in your life. Because the goal isn't just to find someone convenient. The goal is to build an anchored life that someone can actually feel belonging in. I'm Sam, and until the next time, make some moves.